It's a football-heavy show this week on Maverick Postgame, as we have a recap of Saturday's game as well as a sit-down interview with Sean Rubalcaba.
Plus, we break down the weekends from hockey, volleyball, and more.
All that coming your way next. Welcome back, Mavs. I hope you all had a fantastic fall break. Welcome to Maverick Postgame. I am Joe Azar.
And I'm Bryce Reedy.
And we're going to make good on our award by starting off this football-heavy edition by recapping the Mavs' trip to New Mexico Highlands this past Saturday. The Cowboys were looking for their first win of the season, but they would be denied the first opportunity by the Mavs as CMU scored a touchdown in each quarter en route to a 31-6 win. It took the Mavericks only 4 plays to get on the scoreboard when Sean Rubalcaba found Vernell Moon for one of the quarterback's 2 touchdowns of the day. Rubalcaba rushed for 129 passing yards as well. DJ Hubbard was again dominant on the ground, rushing for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. Dustin Rivas also added his 3rd interception of the year, so Rivas Islands is still stronger than ever, and Blake Nelson led the team with 14 tackles. Mavericks are now 5-1 and 4-0 in the RMAC, and that is largely thanks to quarterback Sean Rubalcaba. Bryce had a chance to sit down with the quarterback and ask him about returning to his hometown to play ball and more.
Hey guys, I'm here with Mavs quarterback Sean Rubalcaba, getting ready for this weekend's game against, who do you guys play again?
New Mexico Highlands.
All right, and so just to get things kind of started, you are a transfer from UNC, correct?
Yes.
All right, so what decided for you to come back to Grand Junction and play for the Mavericks?
Well, it was just kind of a combination of things, you know. Going up at UNC, I liked it, but you know, it's tough losing, you know, year in and year out, and you know, kind of, you know, just the time commitment that you put into it's, you know, is it really worth it? And you know, just I got hit a lot last year. I got sacked a lot of times, and you know, kind of looking, you know, a couple years down the road, you know, I thought about my body and, you know, if I would be able to handle it. And, you know, I just wanted to make a decision for myself and be closer to my family, and I think it's really paid off.
So, you know, coming in, you have to learn basically a whole new system going in. You're still expected to be basically the guy. So what kind of challenges was that to have to basically relearn not only also just the system, but also all the new players as well?
Oh, it's tough. You know, I came in having 2 or 3 months to just kind of get everything. And, you know, luckily I had a little bit of experience with a previous playbook to where I could match concepts and kind of pick it up quickly. But it's tough because you have different terminology for different things.
Right.
So in our old offense, one word would mean something, and in this offense, it means something totally different. And it's hard because, you know, you kind of get back to that old way of thinking, and, you know, you just have to really slow yourself down, and once you do that, you can make the connections.
And so what's it like, you know, playing back in your hometown of Grand Junction, you know, played high school ball here, and you were very, very good apparently. I mean, a coach said you won an award as well. So what's it like just, you know, playing in front of basically like the home crowd, I would say?
It's weird. I wasn't sure how to really handle it because, you know, coming in and talking to people, you know, they're saying, oh, we're coming to the games and all this stuff, and it kind of made me nervous because I didn't want to let them down. But kind of after those first few series, you know, that stuff goes out the window, and you just play, and these last couple games, I haven't really been thinking about it too much and just enjoyed myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So these last couple games, you've been dominating. Like the offense has been putting up, I think it was like 42 points a game in the last 3 games. What's just been clicking for you guys lately?
We've all been on the same page. You know, getting on page with my receivers is really important in getting the timing, but also the linemen, they've made my job so much easier. They block so well, and they just open up lanes for our running game. So as soon as the defense, you know, loads the box or spreads everyone out, we can attack it different ways, and really there's no way of stopping it.
And so you transferred over from UNC, but you also brought over your best friend Derek. How'd you get him to come over and transfer with you as well?
That was really his decision. I told him, the last week of school that I was leaving and I was coming home, and he graduated and he wasn't sure if he wanted to come back, and he was working up in Littleton for most of the summer, and a couple weeks before camp he gave me a call and said, "Hey, I'm going to try and come down." And I said, "Okay, I'm going to talk to the coaches and try and get you a spot." And the coaches had already known about him and they were asking about him, and as soon as I told them, they were pretty excited because they hadn't had a guy in that spot for a long time. So I've been throwing with him for years, and I've already went in having timing and just having my confidence in him right from the get-go.
And so what have you liked about the Mesa coaching staff compared to not just UNC's coaching staff, but I mean even your high school days coaching staffs and everything?
I like all the coaches that are willing to give their time to help me improve what I love to do. But the Mesa coaches, they're really personal. They ask you how you're doing and make sure school's going well, and it's just easier for me to talk to those guys, and it's not always about football. And sometimes the football stuff gets a little overwhelming, and you want to focus on other stuff, and they're willing to listen to you, and it just makes it easy to talk to them.
All right, and so then you guys are about ready to get into like the toughest part of your schedule, facing teams like Pueblo and Fort Lewis and then Colorado Mines as well. What are you guys trying to basically improve on the most in these next couple of games before you get to face those really tough opponents?
Just to stay consistent. We've last week, we started out good, and we didn't capitalize on field goals and touchdowns that we should have had, and we left points on the field when they should have been on the board. So I mean, not just offense though. I mean, I think special teams, just being consistent on the punt game, the kick return stuff, all that stuff, and defense as well. Man, as long as we can stay consistent and play our game, I think we'll be tough to beat.
All right, and then I guess just the last question that I have is, what are you hoping that by the end of this season you can say about not just yourself but your team as well?
That we've done something that no other Mav team has done before. I think, we've already done something that we haven't done in 13 or 12 years by beating Chadron, and that's just a little rung on the ladder that we're trying to climb, and our main goal is up here, but I just kind of think about it like that's too far away, that's too long term, and we just got to take it week to week and focus on this New Mexico Highlands game, and after that we'll focus on that game, and as soon as we accomplish these little goals, it'll all converge into one big goal that we want to fulfill.
All right, cool. So this was Sean Rubalcaba of your Colorado State Mavericks, and we'll get right back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Bryce. That was Maverick quarterback Sean Rubalcaba with us. And now we're going to go over to our special reporter, Justin Bell, as he has more information about who Colorado Mesa will play this Saturday in their homecoming game. Justin?
The Mavs are back for homecoming weekend as they take on the Western New Mexico Mustangs. The Stangs come into Stoker Stadium with a 1-3 record in RMAC play and a 2-4 record overall. With tough losses to CSU Pueblo, Fort Lewis, and Colorado School of Mines, the Mustangs hope to end their 3-game losing streak this weekend. The Mustangs are led by quarterback Mitch Glassman and stud halfback Marcus Rogers. That dynamic duo is surely their best chance at success. On the defensive side of the ball, James Nelson is the one to watch. He picked up 8 solo tackles and a pass breakup last week. That's it for the report on the Western New Mexico Cowboys. Back to you guys in the studio.
Switching gears now, we go to the pitch where the men's soccer team was looking to extend their winning streak into the weekend. Their first game came on Friday against Colorado Christian, and it was a bigger game than the final score initially shows. The Mavericks came away with a 2-0 victory. However, the big story was Roy Abergill and his 2 goals scored by the Mavericks. The 2 goals that he scored, a penalty late in the game, surpassed him to become the Mavs' #1 goal scorer in Mavs history, surpassing former Mav Eric Anderson. Abergill now has 18 goals on his career, and will look to extend his record through the rest of the season and into next. Then moving on to Sunday, the team had to quickly forget about the record-breaking day as they were going up against top-ranked School of Mines, who had yet to lose this season. The Mavs played it close, but a major mistake in the 20th minute caused the Mavs to dig themselves into a huge hole due to a Moshe Perez red card, forcing the Mavs to play 10-on-11 for the remainder of the game. CMU went on to lose this game 1-0. The Mavs got outshot 19-10 in the game and 9-4 in shots on goal. Late in the game, Coach Padgett also received a red card, getting himself ejected from the game as well. Mesa will look to rebound against CSU Pueblo this Sunday. Game time is set for 1 p.m. at Walker Field.
All right, over now to Glacier Ice Arena, and after taking down Northern Arizona, the last time they hit the ice, CMU looked to make it 2 wins out of 2 against Colorado School of Mines. Unfortunately, CMU struggled in the first period, allowing the Orediggers to take a 2-0 lead going into the second. Mines would add another goal, but afterwards, Nick Moore and Hunter Schofin gave CMU hope heading into the final period of play. Unfortunately, Mines would add another one to win 4-2 in the third period. We had a chance to catch up with Tim Weingard and others after the game.
We played 2 periods of hockey. We came out in the first period and were lazy and didn't want to play, and the score showed it was 2-0, and then they decided to play, but we can't keep putting ourselves behind the 8 ball. By not playing, you have to play 3 periods. We played 2, and this seems to be a reoccurrence this season. It's pretty hard to come back from deficits every game, so it's up to them whether they want to skate and work hard or not. Right now, they're working hard for 2 periods, not 3.
We beat these guys before, and we just thought we were going to come out and it was just going to be an easy win, so we just kind of dropped the ball. So once we noticed that we were going to potentially lose, that we finally decided to step up and play the game we knew how to play.
Volleyball was also looking to continue their strong play this weekend, as well as be over 500 for the first time all season. After sweeping CSU Pueblo on Friday, the team went up against a subpar Western State team on Saturday. Thanks to the return of star Abby Ney, the Mavs were able to smack down the Mountaineers in 4 sets. The Mavs dominated all major categories, including points, kills, and aces. This win gives CMU a 9-8 record overall and 9-2 in the RMAC this season. Now it's time to announce our Maverick of the Week, and who better to get this honor than someone who just broke a record, so we're going to give it over to Roy Abergale. With 2 goals against CCU, Abergale became the Mavericks' all-time leading goal scorer. Way to go, Roy, at this huge accomplishment for him, and it just shows how much work he puts into his game.
We want to give Trevor French credit for this beautiful photo of Roy Abergale. But that'll do it for us this week. Tune in next week for the latest highlights and scores from the week in CMU sports. We'll have highlights of the homecoming game between Colorado Mesa and New Mexico. So with Bryce Reedy, I am Joe Azar, wishing you a very happy homecoming week, Mavs.